Hello, my name's Nicole Castalleno, and I'm here in beautiful Chicago with the historical Wrigley building behind me, and I've got the river behind me on this side, so it's an absolutely gorgeous day for October in Chicago. It's my hometown, and I just ran the Chicago Marathon yesterday, and I feel great today. Actually, I thought it was going to be worse, but anyway, it was an amazing, incredible experience, and I loved it, and I just went to get my medal engraved, and I'm wearing it right now, so I'm going to wear it for the next week, I think. But I got it engraved, and I was able to put my name and my time, and I put on there, you were able to put a message, and it says, I put down, do it anyway, and then hashtag Porphyria. Porphyria is the rare disease that I have, and I was running the marathon to fundraise for the American Porphyria Foundation, but the reason I put do it anyway on there, I think you could probably look at that in a couple different ways. Do it anyway could be like, I don't feel like doing it, do it anyway. It could also be you're scared to do something, or maybe not scared, but just you think you can't. You think you can't do it for whatever reason, because maybe you're not feeling well, or you're tired, or you have 2 jobs, or you've got kids. You've just got all these things that you thought about doing in your life that you didn't get to yet, and you're like, that's kind of it. I mean, I got to that point. And with my health, I couldn't do what I used to be able to do, and I'm much better now. But that's kind of what I want to talk about, because if you're afraid of something, do it anyway. If you're worried you're going to fail, do it anyway. That's the only way we succeed, is by failing. Thomas Edison failed 10,000 times before he made a light bulb. I mean, you guys, we try once, and we're like, oh, it's not meant for me. You know what I'm saying? It's just not in the cards. When I hear that, I get upset, because it's about putting the consistent work in. I mean, I never ran before. I would have never been able to just try running a marathon with no training and nothing, and just be like, oh, it's just not in the car. I just must not be a runner, So, you have to put the work in and the consistency and everything and do it. But, in my case, I was sick, and there's a lot of people that are sick that can't do something, or they struggle with something, anything, and they kind of get to the point where they don't think they can do a lot of things that they used to do. I'm not saying thinking positive can fix all that. Got a little boat coming down here. But what I'm saying is, if you focus on those dreams and what they mean to you, and don't give up on them, and just think, do it anyway. I'm tired. I just put the kids to bed. I worked 60 hours this week. I really want to do this, but I'm just exhausted. You can. I mean, we can all find ways to take an hour off of Facebook, stop watching TV, doing different things. So I just the do it anyway for me is more about when you're dreaming big, and just for me, it's like I said, it could be taken a bunch of different ways, right? But for me, it's like, if you think you want to do something, and it's so big, and you're just not sure, and just do it anyway. Do it. Like, you're afraid, you don't know what people are going to think. What if I would have, my knee was messed up. What if I would have fallen down in the middle of the race after I was supposed to do this whole 26.2 mile run, which I mean, a year ago, I couldn't run a mile. So, I could have just focused on that. Oh, what if this happens? What if I have a Porphyria attack afterwards? Because it could be possible. Who knows? I really stressed out my body. What if this? I didn't think about that. I set my goal. I said, I'm not sure I can do this. I want to do it, and I'm going to do it anyway. Even though people are saying you're going to get sick if you do it. I said, no, I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to do all my steps. And then if for some reason I get sick and I can't continue, then I'll make that decision, right? I mean, things come up and things happen, and if it's not safe to do something, or you can't do it, I mean, you don't have to do it right now, but this, when I'm in the middle of it, I was like, I can always stop. A really good friend of mine was super anxious yesterday about the marathon and having some palpitations, and it was like, oh my God, should I go to the hospital? And I'm like, well, if you've never had it before, maybe you should go to the hospital. And he's like, well, I kind of have had it, but not there. And I'm like, well, take a deep breath, stop thinking what if, and then just go and do it. And if you don't feel well, stop at the medical tent. That's what it's there for. So I think a lot of times we think about that thing at the end, that big goal, and it's just so big, and it scares us, and then we don't start. You know what I'm saying? So starting in little steps, like the marathon. I mean, you guys, the last 3 miles, I was like step after step after step. I mean, if you could hear what was going through my mind, it's very mental, in addition to being physical, but you know, you're just like one foot after the other, and that's like everything, you know, like what was that, what about Bob, and he's like, baby steps to the elevator, baby steps. It truly is. Every big goal is an accumulation of a bunch of baby steps. So I was sitting there. I also I was sitting here on this bridge thinking about after I got my medal done, and also I just wanted to share one other thing with you guys. This is a little bit of a side note, but it kind of is relevant. I have this shirt that says, there is no finish line. When I was in college, I had a Nike poster on my wall that said that, and everyone was like, God, what do you mean you can never finish anything? And I was like, no, I just thought it was really cool. It was this girl that was on some old gym equipment. I'm not gonna say what year it was. It was 1991. Anyway, she was, you know, in this dreary gym, and you know, it said, you know, there is no finish line. And I just thought that was great because we're never finished. You know, okay, I ran a marathon, and now maybe next time I want to go faster. Maybe I want to climb a mountain. Maybe, you know, like whatever it is, there is no finish line. We're always evolving and getting better and becoming a better version of ourselves, understanding things, learning things in life, for everybody. So I love there is no finish line. So I couldn't believe that they had this marathon shirt here, and so I had to wear it today because I just thought it was so awesome. Just when you've got that big goal, do it anyway. Make it easier for yourself. Make a plan. Get those little steps down. So when it is hard, you don't have to think about and get it ready and and then you spend all that time when you're ready to do it. Have it ready so when you're like, I'm gonna do it, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go, I'm gonna do it. And then you just look at your plan and just take the next step. It's one step after the other. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. Have a great night.